Hello everydev and welcome to week 7 of the 8-Bit Drafts League. This is it. This is the final week of the regular season. Your Scarlet Scolipedes are currently 3-3 and the 5th spot in our division. Only the top 4 spots in each division get to go to playoffs. But this doesn't mean we're out of luck and we're not going. We do still have a chance. Granted, it's a really slim chance. But all good stories rely on the heroes getting a really slim chance. So I don't know if that helps us at all, but we can keep that in mind. Some positive mental attitude. This week we are up against the Boston Boltunds. They are currently number 3 in the league, and I'm pretty sure they are locked in for playoffs. They are definitely going to make it. And that's great for them. I'm really happy for them. They're a great team. I've spoken to the coach, Axelrade, a bit, and they seem like a really great person. So that's great. There's no way we can knock them out of playoffs. However, a team that we fought week 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are currently number 4 in the playoff standings. And if they lose their match, they are currently 4-3. 4-2. They are 4-2. But if they lose this match and we win, we'll both be 4-3. And if they lose by about 3 Pokemon and we manage to win by at least 1, our differential increases above theirs and we barely edge into playoffs. We are right there. We are right on the precipice of greatness. I've been coaching Draft League for like 2 years now. I've never made it to playoffs before. I am really pumped. And it's going to be interesting if the Scarlet Scolipedes are the first ever team to make it in. I'm going to get rid of this ads there. I don't have time to waste. It is time to do this. Actually, I do have time to waste. There's always time to waste. I want to talk about our team for a second. Before I go into the team builder, I am going to talk a bit about the Scarlet Scolipedes. As I said, I've never made it to playoffs before, and we're so close to doing it. We just need a bit of luck. But even if we don't make it, this has been one of the greatest seasons of draft I've ever been a part of. The Pokemon I've gotten to use, I've bonded with these Pokemon, all 11 of them, so much. It's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite team I've ever drafted. I've talked in length about how much I love Terrakion, Bedivere, so much. But it's not just Bedivere. Volcarona, Sunset has been so great, and I've loved using it. Amethyst is the most fun I've had using a Mega. I'm going to go through a lot of the team here. Gudra, Steven is so good. It's wide move pool, its bulkiness is so nice. Roserade hasn't done great this season, but Roserade and Azumarill I've used in Nuzlocke in the past, and I really enjoyed using both of them. They both made it to the end of my first ever Nuzlocke, and I love them both so much, and this season's only increased my love for them. Fortress, just in case, has been so great this season. Rapid spinning, keeping hazards off the field, taking hits, taking out Aerodactyls. I'm pretty sure that's what got us the win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was Fortress. Jolteon has only come to 2 games, but Tesla has been so good, being able to Volt Switch in and out, do a lot of damage. Piloswine, Manny, I've used Swinub in Little Cup and it's not been very good. I've used Mamoswine in other draft leagues and I didn't really enjoy it too much. But Piloswine, the punk-haired middle child of the group, has been incredible. And that's surprising, but I also love that. Mr. Rhyme, we'll get onto them in a second. Pidgeot has been only showed up week 1, but pretty much confirmed us the week 1 victory. And Mega Sableye Amethyst is the only Mega I want to use now. I really enjoyed using it. This has been such a great team, and I'm so happy to have gotten to use them all, to have gotten to know them, and yeah, I'm happy. Even if we don't make it, it was a great season. I've got like 9 different teams that I want to use in Draft League, which I know is ridiculous. Like not like team names like Florida Flygons or Scarlet Scolipedes. But the Scarlet Scolipedes have been some of my favourite. They're definitely up there with the Flygons. They're probably number 2, maybe even number 1. It depends if we win this match. I don't know if it does. Okay, let's hop into the team build. I have a bit more to say, but I'll say that afterwards. The Boston Boltunds they are 4-2. I don't want to be mean to the coach of the Boston Boltons, and I'm not trying to be mean. Me saying that there does kind of sound like I'm trying to be mean. One of their wins they got because the other opponent couldn't battle. They would have won that game. However, that does work on our side because mentally, this is going really in depth and it's probably very wrong. But I'm hoping psychologically they're seeing, okay, I've only played 3 games and won them, and they've only played 3 games and won them. So actually, even I don't have the advantage of wins here. Or maybe they're thinking, hey, I'm locked in the playoffs, I'm not even going to try, I'm just going to let these guys win. And I'm hoping that's what they're thinking. But however, if the opponent of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who is also locked into playoffs, thinks that we don't get into playoffs. So let's hope they're both battle ready. Anyway, let's break down their team, and it's terrifying. They've got Garchomp and Mega Scizor. The reason I'm saying both of these together is in the ISL, another league I'm in, we just went up against a team with Garchomp and Mega Scizor, and those two just work so well together. Mega Scizor, of course, only has a weakness to fire, and Garchomp destroys all fire types. Garchomp is just so dangerous. They're both dangerous, they're both scary. They've got Rotom Wash, who's a really bulky water type, only weak to grass, which is terrifying, so we've got to work hard about hitting it with grass type moves or toxicking, damaging it down. They have Togekiss. Togekiss is one of the better Pokemon, but they haven't used it this season, which is interesting. It's a very bulky fairy type. However, because they haven't used it, it kind of makes you think maybe they won't bring it, but it works quite well against our team. So I brought pretty much everything we have that can hurt Togekiss, and then our mons that are weakest to Togekiss, if that makes sense. We've got Weavile. Weavile is a terrifying Pokemon. It's got, of course, access to Triple Axle, which is a scary move. Very fast, can set up Swords Dance. They've got Cofagrigus, bulky Ghost type. Virizion is their kill leader, but it doesn't have as many kills as Bedivere, because Bedivere is at number 2 in kill leaders, and Virizion is at number 6. So I love that. Regirock is a bulky rock type Stealth Rocks. I don't think it's going to be coming. Kecleon has protein, so it can do a lot of damage with that. It's very difficult to hit super effectively. And finally, Magmortar is just a bulky fire type. Quite a bulky team, but they don't... I'm very prepared for this match. I have watched every single match that the Boston Boltons have done this whole season. The main thing I've learned is that they really, really love to use... They really love to use Substitute and Setup. So I've got ways around that. Let's go on to our team. First up, we got the Thing, Mr. Rime. Mr. Rime hasn't been able to come to any matches this season. This is their first. This is their debut. Their debut is the 11th hour. Hopefully this thing can help us get a win. Mr. Rime is running Leftovers with Tangled Feet. Actually, is Tangled Feet the best thing? It's also got the ability Screen Cleaner. I don't think they're going to unlike Skin and Reflect, so I think Screen Cleaner is probably better though, because confusion is illegal in this league. Screen Cleaner with Leftovers. The reason I'm running Leftovers is I'm running a very bulky set. I'm running Ice Beam, Psychic. Ice Beam hits, of course, Garchomp. Psychic is our best way to hit most of the rest of their team, bar Togekiss, who can also hit with Ice Beam. Psychic is there to hit Slowking and Virizion mostly. But we've also got Slack Off to heal and Calm Mind. If we can set up enough Calm Minds and deal with all their physical attackers, we can kind of just sweep. Like, dealing with Mega Scizor and Weavile, and Virizion, and we can kind of just sweep with Calm Mind. Ideally. Maybe not even a Virizion. We might be able to take off on Virizion with Psychic, but we'll see. Those are the EVs. I'm not going to go through them because they're kind of always the same. Because I don't think about them, I just click this button. Manny, I already spoke about Manny, how much I love it. We're running a bit of a different set this week. I'm running Earthquake, Toxic, Ice Crash, and Stealth Rock. Because I'm not bringing Roserade, it only works against Rotom Wash, and I feel like I've got to find a way to hurt Rotom Wash because I'm not bringing Roserade. I'm running Toxic. If I can land a Toxic on the Rotom Wash, it means it's going to be whittled down eventually. Even with Leftovers, it's not going to be able to survive for much longer. And also, it's their best way to hurt Manny. So I bait in the Rotom Wash switch, send in the Toxic, and do a lot of damage. Because they don't have a Steel type, their only real way to not get Toxic on. Something is with the Galarian Slowking, but if that thing comes in on us, we have Earthquake and that two-shots it, and it can't really do much to us, because I'm running Thick Fat and it's a ground type. Icicle Crash is there for the Garchomp and other members of the team, and finally Stealth Hook is there, because they never really bring hazard removal. I mean, they have it, but I haven't really seen any usage of it. The only hazard removal they have is Mega Scizor, Togekiss, and Rotom-Wash, and none of them have brought hazard removal so far through their season. So we're going to hope that that trend stays. They also haven't brought any hazards this season. I'm relying on them keeping with that strategy, and if they do look at our team, they'll see I constantly bring just in case to get rid of hazards, because I haven't brought any hazard removal. Next up is Sunset, the Volcarona. Volcarona is running a very bulky set this week, which is kind of different from what I normally do. As you can see, I'm running Whirlwind, which is kind of a weird thing, but because I love to set up sub and use boosting moves, I brought Whirlwind and Roar. I know those are negative priority moves, but they're my best way to knock something out that's behind a sub, because Whirlwind goes through sub, and I need a way, at least a chance to deal with that. I'm running Roost so I can heal up any damage I take. It's a very bulky set. Quick Dance so I can make myself incredibly bulky. And finally, Fiery Dance is there to do damage and also help us set up. I'm going to go down, I'm going to put like 4 EVs into, not special attack, special defense. Because I want to at least buff up our special defense a little bit. Next up is Amethyst. Amethyst is such a great Pokemon. It's only weak to their Togekiss, who hasn't come at all this season, so I'm hoping they're not going to go through the same headspace that I did of, I've got to bring my Pokemon that hasn't come this season, because at least it deserves a chance. I'm hoping they're not going to bring Togekiss this week, because if they don't, Sableye just goes in. Sableye destroys them. I'm running a bulkier set than normal with Recover and Fake Out. I'm running Fire Punch so I can hit the Mega Scizor if that's their way to kill us, and Poltergeist just hits everything on their team super effectively, bar Kecleon. But if Kecleon comes in and uses a move with Protein, it loses its normal typing, so I still hit it neutrally, which is useful. This thing is meant to be very bulky. It's meant to just kind of sit in there, take hits, and slowly whittle the opponent down. That's the plan. I'm going to do Bedivere last, because they're Bedivere. Next up is Goodra. Goodra is also here as a way to counter Rotom-Wash, because that thing is a pretty big threat. I'm running Toxic for the Rotom-Wash, and also if I can Toxic the Togekiss, that's great too. Draco Meteor is there because that's my best way to do damage against most of their team. Thunder is there for the Togekiss. Yeah, it's there for the Togekiss in case they switch that thing in against us. And Fire Blast is there for the Mega Scizor, the Weavile, the Cofagrigus, the Virizion, the Kecleon, and then Draco Meteor is there for everything else. I'm running a Scarf set this week. The reason I'm doing that is because this thing needs to outspeed a lot of their team, and because they don't really run Scarf Mon, they like to set up. So I'm hoping that we can outspeed the Garchomp and then OHKO it with Draco Meteor. That's the plan. One last Pokemon to look at though. Our boy Bedivere. Bedivere is one of my favorite Pokemon I've ever drafted. It's up there with Patch the Arctozolt. Like Patch the Arctozolt and Bedivere. I've had so much fun with both of them. Arctozolt was in Season 1 of the NDBL, if you're curious. Week 5 is the week that I fell in love with Arctozolt, if you want to go watch that week. But really, this is Bedivere's week. This is their moment. Actually, it's not. They're not great this week, but they're my best option. Roar is there to deal with Substitute. Close Combat is there to deal with OHKO's things like Garchomp and Virizion. If they're running Scarf, Virizion outspeeds, but if they're running Life Orb, Swords Dance, Virizion, it's a roll. And Earthquake can Close Combat can OHKO. So it kind of all comes down to that. Earthquake is there for Magmortar and Galarian Slowking, and finally Stone Edge is there for the Togekiss. That's it. That's the team. I might be a bit late for my match, but I'm going to say this now. I'm so glad that this season happened. I had so much fun doing it. I'm kind of sad that this might be our final match, but I'm going to try to have the most fun possible, and I'm going to enjoy it. I want to draft all these Pokemon again in the future. I'm never going to be able to draft this exact team again, but the beauty of things is that they end, and I really enjoyed our 7 weeks with this team. I'm going to be able to see these Pokemon again. I'm acting like I'm never seeing them again. I have plans for this team precisely for other things, but that's going to happen a long way in the future, so don't get your hopes up right now. But it's better to have fought and lost than not to have fought at all. That's what this is going to sound ridiculous, my dad told me at the very beginning of the season, and then we won our week 1 match. We're going to go out guns blazing. I'd rather that we really just threw everything we had at the wall, tried our absolute best and lost, than didn't try that hard and didn't win. A lot's on the line here, lots at stake, but if we lose it, we lose it. But if we win, it's going to be amazing. I'd much rather be able to look back at the Scarlet Scolipedes team years from now and say, look at the first Scarlet Scolipedes team and said, they threw everything they had in that last battle. And that's what we're going to do. I don't know when the Scarlet Scolipedes are going to be able to return, because I'm not going to be here for the 8-bit drafts at Season 7, because I have too much priorities that I've got to focus on. But it was a great season. I'm going to say thank you to everyone in the league later, but I'm going to go ahead and hop into the match. We never really thought of something to say for the Scolipedes when we left, but just thank you all so much for watching this. It's time! This is it! They brought the Togekiss. They brought the Togekiss. They brought Rotom, they brought Garchomp. Okay, it's a scary team. A lot of things I was scared of, sure. That Cofagrigus, definitely. I kind of almost want to lead with Piloswine here. Because Piloswine can set up Stealth Fox against pretty much anything. It hurts a lot of their team. In fact, the only members of the team that it doesn't really hurt is the Weavile, but Weavile is also quite a likely lead for them. I feel like Votomotion, Weavile, and Slowbro are the most likely leads. So in that case, our best bet's almost Bedivere. I think lead with Sunset, or with Manny. Hopefully that doesn't lead to a loss straight away. But Manny can hit a lot of their team. But if I think they're going to lead with the Rotom, then I want to lead with Steven. I'm going to lead with Manny. Gut feeling. I'm wrong. I get the gut feeling wrong. Okay, this is by no means a problem. So, Piloswine versus Rotom Wash. I think we're going on a pivot set. Hydro Pump does like 72% to us. But I would love to Toxic this thing. That's the most important thing. I'm going to go for the Toxic. They're going to Volt Switch and we're immune. We're going to land the Toxic for free. That is great. That is absolutely great. This thing is Toxic now, and they don't have any healing on them. They might run Rumor Therapy on Togekiss. They are not running a Leftovers set, so they might be running a Solvest, maybe? Hydro Pump still does quite a lot of damage, and we can't hurt it, but I would like to set up Stealth Fox as well. We could go into Steven here, because this thing doesn't do much to Steven, but they might just Volt Switch again. I mean, I'd love to set up Stealth Fox, because they don't have any removal. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get to set up Stealth Fox. Okay, cool, that's a lot of good stuff. Cofagrigus is going to come out. This thing is probably a nasty plot set. Energy Ball is like 50% to us. I don't want it setting up Sub, though. I might even want to Toxic this thing. Or do I go into Amethyst here? How much does Mega Sableye Amethyst do? This thing doesn't really do much to us at all. I can't really fake out, but I can bait the switch. If this thing goes for a Sub... Okay, how fast is Piloswine compared to this thing? We're faster. If it's base speed. So I'm going to Toxic it. I'm going to get Toxic. They're going to Body Press into like 50% of our HP. Okay, if they're going to Body Press again, I'm going to go into Amethyst. Yep. Manny, you did great here. Well done. Go for Body Press again. They do. We're going to have that immunity. Nice. They are going to reveal that they are Leftovers. Okay, I'm going to Mega Evo. And if we did theoretically have what is it? Foul play. We would do not very much damage. So I think we just... What's their switch in for this thing? Probably the Togekiss. So I just want to Poltergeist here. Because that does a lot of damage to Togekiss. Ooh, they're going to skill swap. And I'm going to do a lot of damage there, okay. They've been given Magic Bounce, but that doesn't help them because I've already set up my hazards. Okay, I'm going to Poltergeist again. Because I can knock this thing out. Or knock something out. Ooh, they're going to set up a Memento and just knock themselves out. Oh wait, that's worrying actually. They're going to come in and try to set up on us. In comes Garchomp, okay. I think this thing goes for setup. Do we go into Manny here? This thing is definitely going to set up now. Sword Stance, we've got to switch out, but who do we go into? Manny, Manny's Astral Crash destroys this thing, but if they go for sub, what HP is Manny at? Manny can't really take a subbed Earthquake. I kind of want to go into Bedivere, but Bedivere is just Oko, right? Terrakion, Bedivere. Yeah, Earthquake Oko's us. Does Earthquake Oko Steven though? I think I gotta go into Bedivere. And try to roar this thing out. Okay, I don't like this. I really don't like this situation. If they go for sub, does Garchomp get sub? That's important to know. Come on, showdown load. That was very well played to get this Memento off. Garchomp. Does it get sub? It does. Okay, I've got to go into Manny here. And just try Icicle Crashing. Yep, that's my play. They're going to set up sub. There it is. I just Icicle Crash twice here. That's what I got to do. I don't really have any other option. I'm going to get rid of it, and they are going to... What did they use? They used Earthquake and we lived. Okay. That's good. They don't get a set up sub. I've got to let Manny go down here. Just to hurt this thing. With Icicle Crash. I made the right play there, but I got to let Manny go down because I don't have any way to resist the Earthquake. They're not going to go for sub here because then I can just break through it. They might actually... I could go into the thing. What's it called? Mr. Rhyme. The thing set. I mean, Earthquake doesn't do too much to us. And Ice Beam Okos. But if they do go for sub again... Actually, if they go for sub again, it's not the end of the world. Because they got to land 2 Stone Edges. But I'm an Icicle Crash. Yeah, I think that's a safe play. Or do I want to? Do I want to take the safe play? If they go for Earthquake, when I go into Mr. Rhyme, they take it out. It dies. Wait, how much did Earthquake do to us? It did 36% to us? How much is it meant to do? It's meant to do way more. This thing isn't very offensive. It's relying on setting up Earthquake. I'm gonna go into the thing. because it's going to do less. It's going to do less than half, and we're going to be able to Ice Beam it. No, I'm going to Ice Wall Crash. Dang it, I didn't do anything. Well, now I do. Do I, though? I could go into Bedivere and Close Combat something. Tracheon... Bedivere set... We know this thing isn't scuffed. Close Combat doesn't necessarily KO. I'm gonna go into the thing. And I'm gonna Ice Beam. We could Calm Mind here, but I think Ice Beam's our best play. Maybe they go into Weavile, but yeah, I'm just gonna Ice Beam. They gotta switch out. We have a lot of ways to kill this Garchomp. A lot of ways. And that Rotom is poisoned. We've got the Stealth Rocks up. I don't think they have Hazard Removal. They would have tried to remove it already. It's gonna set up Substitute, and we're gonna fade that. Yeah, you don't get a set up sub here. This isn't a place where you get to do that. I know you. I've studied you. This isn't a game. So we kind of just traded Piloswine for Cofagrigus, and I'm not sure if that was the right play. They're gonna Earthquake. We're gonna live, and this Garchomp is dead. Yes. Okay. Volcarona is suddenly very, very scary. That's great. That's huge. The thing isn't as important now because Volcarona and Tracheon suddenly go in on their team. The thing coming through. The thing is, we might even need to win this game with a higher differential than what we have. Okay, so this thing's gonna come in. Okay, that's fine. We know it's not gonna be scuffed. What can this thing do to Bedivere? Weavile, Revenge Killer. It can do quite a lot to Bedivere, but what can it do to Volcarona? It's most it can do is knock off. And that's not going to do much. Fiery Dance is pretty much a guaranteed OHKO. We do lose our leftovers, but that's fine. I get to go into Volcarona for free pretty much here. Because I can take 2 knockoffs. And I think knockoff does less if I don't have an item. Okay, I can't get in my own head that just because I'm knocked out the Garchomp. I've still got to take out the rest of the team. I get to go to Volcarona. What do? They knock off. And we're gonna burn them! That's huge! Yes, Volcarona! Okay, what does burn do? Burn. Physical moves will take half. So does that mean this thing's attack goes down to -3? Yeah, I can just roost here for free. Okay, I'm gonna go through Weavile's moveset because I'm not making any stupid mistakes. Weavile, Avalanche, Blizzard, Brick Break, Calm Mind, Counter, Curse, Dark Pulse, Detect, Double Edge, Facade, Fake Out, Focus Blast, Focus Punch, Foul Play, Hone Claws, Ice Beam, Ice Punch, Icicle Spear, Knock Off, Lash Out, Low Kick, Nasty Plot, Poison Jab, Power Up Punch, Protect, Psychic Quick Attack, Reflect, Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Sleep Talk, Sub, Surf, Sword Stance, Taunt, Throat Chop, Toxic, Triple Axle, and X's. So we're good to roost. Okay. In comes Galarian Slowking. So their switch into this thing is Galarian Slowking. That's interesting. So we're at 100% HP here. Volcarona. I already had Volcarona up. It's Slowking Galar. If it's an AV set, it can do quite a bit of damage with Future Sight or Sludge Bomb. Okay, do I just get to go into Amethyst here? I think I want to switch out. Yeah, I just get to go into Amethyst here. Start faking things out. Mess with their team a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Amethyst. Are they gonna switch out? They're gonna Power Gem and it does nothing. Okay, I get to freely Poltergeist something here. I'm not even gonna fake out because this thing cannot do much to me. At all. Okay, let's look at Power Gem, see how much that did. Power Gem. Power Gem did 25%. Flamethrower can do more, but really not too much. It pretty much did an average roll, so they are probably up like 176 in special attack. I definitely just Poltergeist here, because it hits everything on the team quite hard. They're going to Sludge Bomb, it's not going to do much. We got poison, that sucks. Does the thing die? No! But I'm just going to Poltergeist again, because I can do that. They are AV. Poison sucks. Do I recover here? How much can I do with Sludge Bomb? It does 18%. Recovers like 50%. And it has AV, so it's got to be all attacking moves. I just recover here, I think. They can do a little bit. I'm going to get to recover. A lot of HP. I think they're going to go into the Togekiss now. I'm going to Fire Punch, because they don't know I have that yet, and that should definitely knock out this thing. They're going to Ice Beam. Ooh, well played. But your Slowking's dead. Who does that help? Terrakion. They are fast running out of ways to deal with our boy Terrakion. It's really just that Rotom. And here it is. Here's the Rotom. Rotom Wash. We're assuming it's a pivot set. Hydro Pump does like 42%. But really, how much can it do to Steven? Not much. Just how much does it do to Gudra, Steven? It can hardly do anything. If I go do this, Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash. It can Dark Pulse, it can Foul Play, but that's not going to work. Hydro Pump, Nasty Plot, Poltergeist, it can Poltergeist. But it's more of a special attacker. Shadow Ball, can Stored Power. Yeah, I'm going to go into Steven here. Ooh, they're going to Volt Switch. Into Togekiss. How much can we do to Togekiss? Can we... We can't knock it out. However, if I Thunder here, hear me out, this thing is really our only way to hurt the Rotom. But if I Thunder, that's a lot of damage done on this thing. How much does it do to us? It's got to be running Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam does like 52%, so we live. Because our special defense is insane. What if it runs Moonblast? I think that's the most damage it could possibly do to us. Why have we been disconnected from Pokemon Showdown? Yeah, I'm gonna Thunder. We get a lot of damage. We get paralyzed. Do we get them fully paralyzed? But we do live the Dazzling Gleam. That's great. I just get to Thunder again here. Heck yeah, Steven. Okay. Plus paralyzing this Togekiss, that's great. If I can knock this thing out here, this does put us in a bit of a bind up against Rotom, but Rotom's starting to be whittled down. Down goes Togekiss. And in comes Rotomosh. Can this thing run Volt Absorb? No, it can't. It's gotta be running Levitate. 298. We know we're faster. Tom, Wash, Pivot. Thunder does like 39. But we've got to do as much damage to this thing as possible. Yeah. I'm missing a Thunder here. And leading up to Terracon being able to win this. Because Terracon's faster. I hope. Steven coming in clutch. Taking out a Togekiss 1v1 is very impressive for a Dragon type. That Weavile's still down, it's scary. I'm very afraid of it. But it's burned, actually, it's burned. We get to do a lot. They're gonna knock out Steven. Toxic damage. Can I do it now? Can I send out our boy to finish this? Close combat destroys this thing. What if it's it's Choice Scarf? Hydro Pump doesn't. Hydro Pump could Chaos if it's Choice Scarf though. So apparently, my opponent just clinched playoffs. Good for them. We need to clinch it now. So if Bedivere can not... Okay, I'm stressing out because if this thing is Choice Scarf, which it could be, it could take out Bedivere. Because if it's any investment in special attack, we're gone. Volcarona... No, Sunset. Hydro Pump does less to Volcarona. But if they're 252 special attack, Volcarona lives the Hydro Pump. We could even lose. I don't think we can lose this game. I think I gotta go into Bedivere and hope this thing isn't Choice Scarfed. Oh, this is stressful. If I go into Volcarona, I might be able to, But wait, how much does Fire Dance do? Fire Dance doesn't KO, so it can get 2 Hydro Pumps off. It's gotta be Bedivere. And it's 3, 4, 6. It's gotta win with this close combat. If I'd gone Scarf, which I almost did, we would have been guaranteed the victory here. Is this thing... Oh, my bouncing big boy. Yes. Yes, Bedivere. Take us home. Take us home. 4-0 win. Even if we don't make it to playoffs, we're finishing the season with a 4-0 win. I was so stressed about this match, but I have played probably the best I've ever played. Okay, just gonna add that little extra bit of tension there. Fine. GG, man. My opponent. I'll get replay. We did it. We didn't make playoffs yet. It's gonna rely. We might not have made playoffs yet, but we gave ourselves a insane shot at it. We kinda just need my opponent to lose next week, like by 2 Pokemon. and we make playoffs. I'll keep you updated. I might just post a short video if we made playoffs or not. But of course Bedivere takes us home, getting those extra 2 kills for their record, because they deserve them. Thank you! We did it! We did it! We threw everything we had at it and we did it! And Piloswine and Gujo put in so much work, those stealth rocks were huge. Everyone got to contribute at least a little bit. If Volcarona hadn't had Flame Body there against that low kick, we would have been in a lot of trouble. But thank you all so much for watching. This might have been the whole season of the 8-bit drafts. I'll upload a video as soon as I know if we made playoffs or not. Thank you all for watching this whole season, it was incredible. I'm not going to say too much, I'm going to save it for the video. That was so much fun. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all, hopefully, for playoffs. But if not, you know what, it doesn't matter. It was a great season. Thank you for watching. Hope you all have a dogtastic day, and I'll see you all in the next one. ODF out. Goodbye.